Hello everyone, welcome back to Storekeep Homestead. My name is Samantha. I am the operator and co-owner of a 2-acre farmstead located in Southeast Louisiana. Folks, have any of you seen Black Mirror? Have you seen it? If you have, drop yes in comments for me. I used to watch it a long time ago and I got away from it. But last night at 10:30, trying to go to bed, I needed something to quiet the noise in my head, right? So I put on Netflix, find season 6, start with episode 1, Joan is Awful. 58 minutes later, I'm like, what did I just watch? What just happened? The questions that movie or that episode left me with, folks. Okay, so let's start with this. Terms and conditions. So it got me thinking, how many times do we download an app or pay for a streaming company to send movies into our house and we just check, agree to terms and conditions? How many of you actually spend any time reading terms and conditions? None of us. I don't know one person that has ever printed and read the complete terms and conditions of what freedoms you are giving up for the convenience of movies being delivered to you on your iPhone, smart computer, whatever, right? It's mind-blowing. So Joan is a real person, and the streaming company known as Greenberry, in their terms and conditions, you are allowing them to use your personal life and basically episodes for other people to watch. Now, the interesting fact was in this episode, a lady comes and she's interviewing for a newspaper, and she's like, why Joan is awful? Why not, like, Joan is great? And interestingly, the CEO of Streamberry says, well, because people relate. They relate to their greatest fears and the things that they aren't good enough to do. Guys, and I'm like, that's so true. Think about it. I can title a video positively. I may only get 800 views. I title a video that's got a negative connotation or a warning, and I might get 80,000 views. It's just how humans are wired in this generation. Also, they are finding even our art is now what we can relate to.
Have you noticed how much of our cultural output these days is ugly? From our art to our architecture to our music culture to even our paintings of royals, such as this one of King Charles recently. Yeah, how has this happened in Europe of all places? That place that was the cradle of artistic beauty of the world.
Me personally, I'm not sure how you feel. I'd love to know how you think about this. I think it's because computers, like selfies, we're becoming more narcissistic as a society. If we can't relate to something, we'll give it none of our attention. So everything has to be made relatable. Everything's got to be DEI. Everything's got to be inclusive. And they've really been pushing that for 20 years. So when you run across something that you have no knowledge of, prior knowledge to, no scaffold, we would call that scaffolding in education. Like when we were teaching kids, we would be like, I need a scaffold to be able to teach this concept. So I'm going to begin on the ground floor and I'm going to build up, adding information and concepts to give this child a way to learn it, to climb up it, right? To get to the nugget at the top. But I was so just like, is this possible? Can they do this? And I really began to dig into how far along is AI and deepfakes. What are the chances that the next time you turn your television on, the person behind the podium in the White House may not be the person you think it is, folks. Yes, in fact, look at this headline I found. So actors are actually getting together and they're asking for control of AI using their voice and their face and their mannerisms without their permission in ways that they don't approve. So you might be watching a movie and that actor's not actually in that movie. That's artificial intelligence. But the weirdest thing about this episode was not just the terms and conditions and what we don't realize we're giving up. And the fact that, Google and all of these, Apple, have been fighting for years now to get rid of cookies because people are tired of having their rights infringed. Let me just make this point real quick. When was the last time you've been talking to, say, like your spouse or your child? Yeah, I might get us a kiddie pool. I really think I need to get a kiddie pool for the dogs. It's too hot this year. I'm going to get a kiddie pool. You don't have your phone on. You don't have a computer on. You're just talking in your kitchen. Go turn your phone on, and in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to start seeing advertisements for what? Kiddie pools. Like, people are tired that these smart devices are tracking you. They're globally positioning you. They're recording you at all times. All right. Having said that, that wasn't the most disturbing part about this episode of Black Mirrors. The most disturbing part was the quantum computer that allowed, okay, so you realize at the end that the woman that you believed was Joan was again another actor playing the part of Joan. And the real Joan, there were levels. You see what I'm saying? Like Salma Helmick was playing Joan. Then there's another actress playing Salma Helmick. Then there was another actress playing that actress. And the real Joan was level 1. Salma Helmick would have been level 2. The next actress, level 3. And it was like an artificial world of quantum physics and string theory, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple realities running at one time, folks. I woke up this morning going, I have to tell the world about this. I'm not the only person who was mind blown. Let me tell you something. My dad always said science fiction, okay? Science fiction is only fiction because they haven't figured out how to make it happen yet. I have told you guys repeatedly, if you can't think it and you can't speak it, you can't receive it. That's where faith comes in. That's why you get around some people and they literally have faith that can move a mountain. Because in their minds, they are not restricted by doubt. When I tell you guys things like, we're going to go back and pass out money to the fire victims in Maui. We're going to find this truth and we're going to record it. I'm pushing against the reality of this world because I can see it in my mind. I don't restrict myself. I don't doubt what the talents that my father gave me. Maybe I'm different like that. I don't know. I think I am because I'm very unique in the fact that I was raised with parents who were so like, I don't care how you feel. You gave your word. Get up and go do it. Samantha Ann, is Daddy supposed to believe his lying ears or his lying eyes? Sam, cast your bread out upon the water because you never know what's going to return and when it's going to come back. I was raised by parents that didn't know how to quit. I mean, most of you people have seen my dad, Papa Samian Alley Bugs. He's going to be 83 this year, dude. He records, creates, and edits all his own social media. When he was born at home without a doctor, the man didn't see a television until he was 11. Folks, he's creating content for YouTube. We think things are changing so fast for us. Imagine him. He loves ChatGPT. He loves to take my phone and ask ChatGPT questions because he read about that in Biloxi, Mississippi as a little boy during the summer when he would walk barefooted into Biloxi to go to the library on Saturdays. He would read science fiction and it was in there. And he's so excited to see all the things he read about as a child in science fiction coming true in today's world. All I can say is if you don't know Jesus, please, please give your heart and your soul to him. Because if they've got this, if they can think it, at this point, guys, they can create it. And you will see things that are not real. It's coming. Keep telling y'all, 2024 is not going to end well. When I saw this, I was just... I don't know what else to say. It's worth getting Netflix. Just pay for the month just to go watch season 6, episode 1 of Black Mirror's Joan is Awful, and have your mind blown, folks. Just have your mind blown. I love you guys so much. If you'd like to row on our boat to Maui, I'm going to drop the ways that you can do that in the top. Guys, I'm still thinking about that Black Mirrors. I'm telling you guys. Stephen was like, what are you doing this morning? I'm like, I'm thinking. He's like, oh God. Oh Lord, Samantha, don't start thinking. I'm like, too late. Too late. My mind's going. But if you would like to row in our boat to Maui, folks, to send money for the fire victims, to help support us go on this mission trip to record the 1 year, I'm not going to call it an anniversary, but I guess like memorials. I found an article the other day that like right after, and it was in Today. That was the newspaper that put it out. They were claiming 115 were dead. I've never seen ever in my life, and I'll be 50 this year, seen a storm, death toll, or an accident, or a fire, anything, death toll go down. They were claiming hundreds, then it was 115, and it steadily went down to where somewhere between 1 and 101 is the official death toll for the Maui Lahaina fires. Folks, I've never seen that. It always goes up. Name me one other natural disaster or anything else in your life where you saw the death tolls go down. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't happen. Why? Because there's an estimate, right, of death. And then if it's really bad, as they begin to clean up and dig through, they're finding more and more and more. How did you go from 115 to 101? Where are those 14 people, and who were they that you suspected were dead, that are now not dead? That's all I got to say. There's so much cover-up going there. But even $1 will help us and help the fire victims. I love you guys so much. By the way, we have someone working on possible housing for us, because my God makes a way. And if he will give you the vision, he will give you the provision. Fight. Stand up, friend, and fight, because the other side has no problem bending the rules. God bless you. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that.